Did you know there's actually 5 different kinds of real estate agents here in North Carolina? Everybody knows about buyer agents who represent buyers in a real estate deal, and it's important to remember that those agents have what's called a fiduciary duty to those buyers, which means those agents must literally put the buyer's best interest ahead of their own and try to get them the best deal possible, keep their confidence at all times. On the other side of the deal, there's always a listing agent or a seller's agent. And of course, their fiduciary is to the seller, and they have to try to get the best deal possible for the seller. One caveat to that is anything the listing agent knows about the condition of the property, the house or the lot that's being sold, that's detrimental, that's negative, that's in need of repair, the listing agent must disclose that problem to any and all potential buyers. That's called a material fact. But beyond those 2 basic types of agents, there are 3 other kinds of agents that everyone should be aware of. First of all, there's the dreaded dual agent. That's when an agent's trying to represent both the buyer and the seller in a real estate deal. Kind of crazy, because that's like an attorney trying to represent the plaintiff and the defendant in a trial. That's not a good situation, a little bit of an ethical dilemma, shall we say. I can tell you, for me personally, in my real estate business, I never do dual agency deals at all. Another kind of agency is something called designated dual agency. Sounds like the same thing as dual agent, but it's really very different. And that's this. When you hire me to sell your house as your agent, you're actually not just hiring me, you're hiring my entire company, EXP Realty. And there's 1,200 of us here in the Triangle area, 4,200 statewide, 90,000 worldwide. And we definitely want someone else from EXP Realty to come to the house and sell the house and have a buyer and sell that buyer that house. In that situation, the Real Estate Commission says that's fine. What we're going to do is designate a dual agency. We're going to designate Armand to represent the sellers and designate that other agent, whoever they are, to represent those buyers. Total separation, confidentiality is maintained at all times. I can and absolutely will negotiate for you on your behalf and try to get you the best deal possible, as will that other agent try to do for their own buyer. Finally, there's something called seller subagency. And that happens when an agent brings a buyer to a house and the buyer likes the house. Maybe they've seen it at an open house. Buyer wants to make an offer on that house, but they don't want that agent to represent them as their buyer's agent. In that case, by law, that agent must represent the sellers of the house. And that's not a good situation. That's not a good situation for the buyer to be in, not really even a good situation for the seller or the listing agent to be in, because they don't know this agent. And so they may not represent them properly. So we don't recommend seller subagency in any way, shape, or form either. Folks, there's a lot more intricacies to this. I'd love to answer any questions you have about it. My name's Armand. I've been in the real estate business over 20 years. Please contact me. I'm happy to talk to you about any questions you may have. Thanks for your time. Appreciate it.